Hello and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are going to be going over what is the best beginner bike in 2025. Coming from a beginner myself, I feel like I have a better idea than some of these other YouTube motorcycle gurus. They might have lost touch on what a real beginner bike might be. Now, I've only been riding for, I think, 5 months now, give or take, something around that. I think a little bit longer. But the motorcycle I chose was the Ninja 500, and it was made by Kawasaki. My God, do I feel like it's one of the best beginner bikes you could ever get on the market today. This category of like beginner sports bikes has blown up within the past few years. You definitely have like way more options. Today, I just want to talk about a few factors that I think you should definitely think about before you purchase your first motorcycle. I got this YouTube idea from a comment that was recently made under one of my videos, and it was a fan asking me about some pointers that they should definitely know before buying their first bike. So I just want to say shout out to you. I'm gonna put the comment on the screen right now. Thank you for trusting me to give you some information on what you should definitely spend your hard-earned cash on. But anyways, guys, let's get right into it. Starting with one of the main factors I want to talk about is where you live. Now, I live down here in Florida, so riding season is kind of all year round, except in the summer it does get extremely hot. But I digress. The roads are usually never that bad, and the rain clears up pretty quickly, and it's never that bad. Also, we don't have hills. Like, literally, I think I've ever seen one big hill a handful of times. Like, I can count on my literally one hand, okay? Somewhere down in California, there's literally, you can't go anywhere without having a huge hill and a huge cliff, on your daily commute. So what I would suggest is if you're one of those people just starting to get into motorcycling and you're looking at like a 600 or even a 750cc motorcycle, if you live in any type of place where there's any type of hills or a lot of twisty roads, I highly, highly, highly suggest not starting on a 600 or a 750. Doesn't mean it can't be done. I mean, if you really want to do that, by all means, it's your money and your choice. But coming from a beginner, somebody who had actually experience on dirt bikes and going to my first motorcycle, I didn't even start on a 600 or 750, mostly just because I do believe in taking your time, learning the fundamentals, and then when you finally learn the fundamentals, move up when you actually have the experience to back it up. Because I feel like too many times people start on bikes that are just too big for them. And honestly, it really will impact how fast you can learn and how much you enjoy learning. Because at the end of the day, you want to buy something that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to actually be able to take on like a journey, If you get something like a 750, you're going to be too scared to even fully open up that throttle. It will just cause a lot more stress and fear and room for error that you otherwise had to have been concerned about had you just gotten a bike that fitted, your experience level. So if you've never touched any motor vehicle on two wheels, like I would definitely suggest looking at a Ninja 300, to the Ninja 500, looking at other models of bikes that are in the realm of 500cc or less. And the next topic I wanted to talk about is price. For a lot of people who just are getting into motorcycles, you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a bike that you might grow out of within a year or two. Now, me personally, I think if you get something like, in the 500cc category, you're not going to outgrow that within a year. And something like the Ninja 400 or 500, you can keep that as a stable in your collection. Something that's very, very, very overlooked is the price of gear. Yes, you heard me right. The price of gear. Most beginners always cheap out on gear. It's going to run you another $1,000 to $2,000 to get all the proper riding equipment, from gloves to a jacket to pants to shoes or riding boots to a good helmet. And that doesn't even include all the stuff that people love to add to their motorcycles right when you get it, like a phone holder, a cardo system. I mean, all those things really add up really fast, which many teenagers and a lot of people that just first get into the sport don't feel like they need to save up for, or they just don't think of, or, the price just kind of creeps up on them. And they feel like they don't have to buy certain things. Maybe they don't buy riding shoes. Maybe they don't ride. Maybe they just go out and buy the jacket and a helmet and they call it a day. But I want you guys to know that is a very, very bad idea and a recipe for disaster. Now, if you've never ridden before and you think putting on less gear is a good move, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody falls. And the question isn't, have you ever fallen before? It's, when are you going to fall? Because every single person that's ever been on a motorcycle has fallen at one point in time if they've ever ridden for a good amount of time. Most people fall within the first 6 months of riding. That's a real statistic. Most riders will fall within the first 6 months. Generally, guys, I feel like moto vloggers kind of don't make it stress enough just how important gear is, because I myself actually fell just recently. I think it was like a month or two prior. I was just doing, I was actually in the back of a closed parking lot, just practicing, trying to add more lean. And all I had was my NBT riding pants. I had my Alpine riding boots. I had my helmet. I had my gloves. And the one thing I didn't wear was my jacket. And boy, did I regret that. Now, while my injuries were super, super mild, I mean, all I had was a super cut up elbow and some of my skin on my hip kind of completely got shaved off. But had I been wearing my jacket, number one, I wouldn't have hurt my elbow so bad. I wouldn't have skinned it completely. And on top of that, I was barely going 30 miles per hour. I could have not imagined if I was not wearing any gear. And then on top of that, when you're going on your local daily rides, you're going anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour. So imagine getting hit on the road going that fast without any gear on. Or even with minimal gear, you're still getting really roughed up. So you can prevent so many injuries and you can save yourself so much money in medical bills if you just buy the gear, save up buy the bike when you have all the gear, and it's really going to help you. If you're looking into bikes, there are other bikes than sport bikes. Watch some videos about other bikes. There's cruisers that are a lot less in horsepower. There's trikes. There's all kinds of motorcycles that aren't just sport bikes that honestly I would say definitely look into. Don't just, take the first bike you hear and try to go out and buy it. So definitely do your research. There's so many bikes nowadays. You can honestly get something that isn't super fast for pretty cheap, and there's just a lot more options that you have nowadays. Now, finally, to wrap this whole video up, I just want to say, if you're looking for a motorcycle, do your own research. Don't cheap out on gear, and then please, please, please don't move up faster than you need to. Don't buy a bike that is faster than your skill level, I hope you guys found this video informative. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know down below if you guys are a seasonal rider, if you guys agree with my takes, if you guys agree with what I said in the video. Maybe I missed a few things. I'm only human, so let me know down below if you guys have any advice too for those people who are a bit newer to riding. And as always, guys, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I will be coming out with the actual video of a tier list of the best beginner motorcycles of 2025. So be on the lookout for that video and let me know if you guys would be excited to see that. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.